Hey folks, what is going on? I hope you're doing well. I had to definitely get a stream in before. This is the big week. This is Heroes Con week. So I had to get a stream in before we head there and hang out and have a good time. And I'm sure we'll be posting content while we're there and taking lots of pictures and videos and stuff like that. But I'm super excited about it. We're going to meet some folks that are familiar to everyone. If you do this YouTube thing, if you're a content creator or if you're in the chats, we're gonna, a lot of us guys who do this stuff are gonna meet up. So that's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm super excited. I kind of made it once I got into YouTube and started doing videos. I watched for a while, but once I started doing videos myself, I got to the point where I was like, all right, it's in my nature to like go to these things and meet people and do this stuff. So I say it every time. I will probably have, odds are great that I will meet each one of you at some point at a convention. So I've got pretty grand ideas of what these things can be. I mean, I'm envisioning like a good Southern style SEC tailgate at the convention, to the point where I don't know if hey, if you happen to miss some time inside, it might be okay. So I am it's like Venom fell asleep on the job there, but I got a couple of boxes I wanted to open, and I really needed to get to this before the weekend so I could, I'll be heading out on Thursday. And what's going on, Digger Jim? How are you doing, man? Digger Jim is one of the people I was just talking about. We'll be able to hang out this week, and I believe he will be rolling in on Friday, and so I'm definitely looking forward to that. And we got some good folks coming up there, Jim, that we're going to be able to hang out with. So that's going to be awesome. So and I'm going to post the link just in case. That way, if anybody wants to jump in, you're welcome to. It's one of the reasons I do the live stream, is because yeah, man, me too. I am too. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So one of the reasons I do the live stream is this ends up being, I mean, it's about unboxing, but it's really about the community and hanging out. And there's been times when I've had the intent or the desire to open a couple of boxes, and that's what all this stuff is. These are orders that came in at different points, and they are waiting for you to see them opened live. So I've committed to doing that. But I'm going to jump in and start doing some of these. And if I can knock out, the camera's a little low, but I've actually got two here on top of all this. Look at that. I need to, he's even Venom is getting tired of looking over this stuff. So I'm going to jump right in and start. Now, I think this box is, yeah, man, I'm going to start chipping away at it. We're there's not, I don't know how this week will go, and I don't know how often you post a video, Jim, but I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. This will be my first convention where I've been. It'll definitely be the biggest one I've gone to. I mean, most of the ones I've been to have been like local things. So I don't know how it will work with content creators and having time to. I guess we just need to like plan on at least documenting everything. So document the stuff we're doing. Maybe do some Instagram. We could do some Instagram live things where we're just kind of hanging out, talking about what we, the haul for the day or something. I don't know. We'll see. But I was just kind of thinking about that. So I think this is new books, if I'm not mistaken. There's not a packing slip on this. So we are rolling the dice. Completely and totally rolling the dice. But if I can, yeah, if I can knock these two boxes out, I talk about it like it's a chore. This is fun. So I enjoy doing this stuff, and I enjoy having you guys come and hang out with me, whether you watch live or watch on the rewind. I absolutely appreciate it. And it's I didn't realize until I really got into this how much work this stuff is. I mean, it's, sometimes real work gets in the way of the fun work. So so I've had to slow down what I've what I've been there's the packing slip. So I usually like to try to do these ahead of time, at least have the packing slip and figure out what's going on, Brian. I hope you're doing well, man. Thank you for swinging by. Hey, we'll just wing this. The packing slip was not on the outer edge. It was actually inside there a bit. So I think we can figure this out though. Yeah. We're just not gonna. Well, there she is. Miss Diamond Princess. How are you doing? You have been doing some very lengthy hangout sessions with some pack openings and stuff. I've got to go back and I saw you had a Bowman one that I'm really interested in going back, and I wasn't able to catch it when you posted it initially, but I want to go back and see that because I really like those Bowman cards. And and now we're starting to get into like football. Yeah, you've been busy. Every time I look up, I was like, Diamond Princess is live again, and I'll hop in for a bit. But most of the time, I'm usually working, so I'll have it playing while I'm doing some work, but at least listening to some fun stuff. But yeah, you have definitely been busy. So I'm gonna just kind of see. I think I've got some multiple. I like to sort these because they kind of mix them up a little bit. But yeah, you are killing it, Diamond Princess. We appreciate you and certainly like your videos, that's for sure. So, and I appreciate you swinging by. All right. So not too painful there. We got several duplicates. All right. That's a cool. All right, cool. I don't really have to have a lot of rhyme or reason to why I'm sorting these things, I guess. But there is one thing I wanted to look up. There was let's see. Neil, what's going on, man? How are you doing? I appreciate you stopping by. Neil is Neil's one of the good ones in the community. He touts us. Neil, it was fun because you and Brian and had a couple of shout outs and stuff. And whenever we do these shows, we always recommend that people in the chat, hey, if there's anybody you don't see, because most of the time we're all in the chat, it's mostly content creators. So we were talking about getting subs and then the subs disappear, and I'll hit like 120 subs, like, oh, that's those little victories, and then it'll drop back to like 118. So it's like, you just got to stop. I'm not, I'm just going to stop paying attention to it. It'll correct itself at some point. But that's a good idea. I mean, that would be a fair amount of editing for you, Diamond Princess. So, but I just like to, I'll throw on a video if I have stuff to catch up with people I subscribe to. I'll throw a video on in the morning while I'm fixing my coffee and stuff, and just kind of have it playing so I can. And then if I hear something, I can double back and listen. But I like to. That's kind of instead of watching the news or Good Morning America or whatever. It's I'm catching up on my YouTube subscribers. Cool. Yeah, she's got some really cool. She does cards mostly, and well, cards exclusively, but she has a really good. That's awesome, man. Really good channel, and a lot of shit. You fine tune the process for sure, Diamond Princess. Yeah, we tend to see each other in. I know, man, that's crazy. Circumstances, what is going on? My man Marcus, hope you're doing well. Looking forward to seeing you on Thursday at some point. I guess we need to hit me up on Instagram and let me know when you're getting in on Thursday. I check in for our hotels at 3, so I was like, man, I might just check in and take my bathing suit and go hang out by the pool while I'm waiting on the rest of you guys to roll into town. So that's awesome, dude. That's great. Road to 300. Yeah, if you see anybody, all these folks here are content creators. So, if you see anyone who you don't sub, throw them a subscribe, and let's help each other out. What's going on, Sean? How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. We never hit each other at the right time. It's I'll look up and it's like, oh, Sean posted a video a few hours ago. I know your schedule is crazy. It's Tylox's is too. I saw he posted one today as well. But the sub issue is silly. I had one morning where I lost 75 subs all at exactly the same time. That is crazy. That's weird. 7:30 p.m. All right. Well, there won't be too much time to party then. Hey, you'll just have to let me know. I don't know if I'll have my car, and I'll be far enough away from the convention center that we'll probably just Uber each morning. But yeah, let me know if you need anything, man. I'll be around. Yeah, I appreciate you guys swinging by. I'm just kind of catching up. There he is, our boy CJ. What is going on? Good to see you. At some point, you'll have to let us know if your threat to show up in Charlotte for Heroes Con is legitimate. Yeah, that's crazy, man. If it hurts a lot. It hurts a lot more when you don't have a lot of subs. It's a lot more noticeable, but it is what it is, man. I'm not going to sweat that. I do these things for this. Like I got stuff to show, but it's about the hangout. Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah, and give us a little shout if you're going to do a live one, and give us a little shout on Instagram, and we'll make sure. Real Rude, what is going on, buddy? How are you doing, man? Good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a minute. Always good. Got 10 people watching now. That is fantastic. I'm super excited. Oh, here that was catching on. So it was Spec Paul. What's up, Flash? How you doing, man? Looking forward to wait, I'm just making sure you just got added to our Instagram group for Heroes Con, right? Because I commented. I'm skipping back through to make sure now. Yes. Yeah, there you are. That was a couple days ago when Nick added you yesterday at 8:55 p.m. So I'm not dreaming. Awesome, dude. I'm glad you were able to go. And it looks like Roscoe's Spec Paul Brad moniker is the nickname to my nickname. Starting to catch some it's starting to pick up a little bit. Phil Comic Talks Weekly is he was the second person to do it. You're officially the third. All right, catching up. Yeah, I hear you, man. It's it's weird for sure. Yeah, that was last night. That's awesome, man. That's gonna be fun, dude. And when are you rolling into town? On rolling into Charlotte? Shot for Comics. I was kind of going through and I was making a point, but hey, man, I appreciate you swinging by, buddy. Good to see you. All right, everybody. All right. Yeah, I do it. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I do appreciate that. Yeah, we're yeah, check. If you see anybody on here that you're not subscribed to, hit them up. Good folks here for sure. And I'm gonna jump in here. So I had one of these the other day. I bought a couple of these because they weren't super expensive, but this is like straight 90s goodness. X-Men Alpha. Now this is like Dark Beast, but there is another. I got to go back and double check because there is a variant. Okay, gotcha. All right. Well, we'll hit up that morning and yeah, man, that'll be fun. That will be fun. Yeah, I'm trying to, I got to check out of my hotel on Sunday, but I might. Just depends on how I did the rest of the week. I mean, I'm thinking there's probably deals to be had on Sunday if you have time to go. Yeah, that's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. Gonna be fun. Angel, what is going on? Good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a minute, and it's always good to have Angel in the chat. So, so I know this is Dark Beast in here, but there's also a variant. I've got to go back and double check. It's like a variant or an X character from a different an alternate Earth, and I was thinking it was. I don't know. It wasn't who I was thinking initially. I was thinking it was is it Blink? I was thinking it was an alternate version of her, but I need to go back and double check. But there was a reason I bought this other than it being super shiny and other than it didn't have anything to do with Dark Beast, but I want to say I like Blink. I think it might be a variant of her that was the reason I bought this because now buying variants of characters is a thing. So picked up that one, picked up a couple of these. Punisher 2099. I guess I was on my nostalgic 90s kick. This one was 93. So my nostalgic 90s kick. And I don't know where. Sometimes when they send me two copies, they'll send me like a direct and a newsstand. So maybe the barcode's on the back. Maybe I'll check to see if they hook me up this time on that. I picked up, and let me keep in mind, I ordered these February 16th. That's how much this stack. So this is from February. So these two books would have been super hot when I snagged them for a good price. But you got Bloodstone on the cover, and of course, first appearance of her sister. And then her brother's also in here. And then I got this cover as well. So yeah, these would have been super hot when I ordered these back in February. But still good to have. I mean, just about anything when Elsa shows up. If they make her, badass like this version of Elsa, I like that cover. I like this one too, but I like I like that one as well, that action shot where she's just like, hey, looks, I'm outnumbered. Hey, great. Just jump right in. Chop and drop. What is going on? And you ain't lying, brother. Well, actually, Chop, where are you? Where are you located? Because it has been hot here in South Carolina, but today was like last night. It actually was a little bit cool. We had a storm system blow through a day or so ago, and it kind of brought some cooler weather here with it. So that was weird. We are not accustomed to that at all. I don't know how Chop has time to yeah, I heard that, man. I don't know how Chop has time to do videos as many chats as he supports, and we sure do appreciate it, man. So this was, oh shucks. That was I picked up, I was looking, there's another character that I was checking out that oh, I know. So Evil Ernie Revenge. Issue 1 is like the first cameo appearance of Chaos. Issue 4 is the first full appearance. So I picked up a couple of those. I mean, I just thought it was cool. And I used to dig there again, man. I guess I was on like a little 90s kick when I was doing this. Let's open this up and check out Chaos. I was on everybody liked Lady Death back in the day. If you collected in the 90s, you were probably digging on Lady Death for sure. Who did this artwork? Stephen Hughes and Jason Jensen did the cover. Stephen Hughes did the interior, but that's nice. Very well done. Chaos. Where's our girl Chaos? I'm sure it's this is it's oh, check that out. Got us a pinup in there too. Little Lady Death pinup. Huh? Not too bad. Not too bad. I was trying to see if they had a really good. Yeah, this is some violent. Evil Ernie is a violent book for sure. So Chaos is this is her, but there's not a full shot like Lady Death is like that's Chaos there. So I believe that's her. So yeah. Pretty cool. I was I guess the Lady Death Connect. This was from 94. So there again, yeah, I guess I was on been on a little nostalgic 90s kick. Make sure I'm catching up with everybody. Hello. Holy cow, dude. I would have never guessed that. South Dakota. Wow. Holy cow, man. Yeah, it was. I mean, we had to have been in the 90s, but it wasn't quite as hot as it has been. For sure. So yeah, I picked up a couple of those. This one, I want to take a look at this one because this character in the other box, there's also a connection to this book I'm about to show you. Aside from this being a really neat cover. Okay. And I guess these are both direct. But this is Bullseye #1. I got a couple of those. There's a really cool villain. Now the character this is the first appearance. So this is one of those deals where it's the first appearance of a a person who becomes a character in another issue. So the person in this one is Joy Jones. I don't know if maybe that's her. That would be first cover. It's kind of got some first appearance of Cable vibes. Not quite, but it's reminiscent of that. But yeah, first appearance of Joy Jones. She becomes a character called Vendetta. So I just thought Vendetta was a cool character. I did a little deep dive on like characters that were associated to Daredevil, you know, whether it be other heroes, other villains, that kind of stuff. So this one I bought just because it was cool, and this kind of reminded me of like the old Japanese movie posters from like Godzilla movies and stuff. So this is Marvel Monsters #1, and this is the cover B variant. But how cool is that? Marvel Monsters, and it's got the it just feels like it's colored like one of those Japanese movie posters from the 70s, you know, the old Godzilla and stuff like that. And of course, Man Thing's pretty dope. I like that. So yeah, I stumbled upon that one and saw it, and I thought that was pretty cool. So picked that up, and I mean, none of these were like super expensive. They're what was that one? That was like $3. So kind of cool. Yeah, cover price is $4.99 on it. So that came out in 2019. So less than cover price. This one I bought because I was trying to piece together the Amazing Spider-Man run once the Goblin Queen appeared, and I just couldn't keep up. It was moving so fast, like they were coming out every other week, and I was like, you know, missing stuff, and I was like, all right, and again, this was back in February, so I'm just now opening a box of something that I opened, you know, that I purchased a while back. That is nuts. Blizzards and then 110-degree temperature. Yeah, we're in the 90s for sure. Yeah, man, that is cool. That's really different. I just kind of stumbled upon it. I was looking up like Marvel Monsters or something and stumbled upon that one. Yeah, man. Well, you can count on that Farmer's Almanac for sure, because I don't I'm gonna have to go after we get done with the stream. I'm going to Google how many years in a row it's been accurate, but it's a long run. I know, man. Yeah, it was tough for me to keep up. So I was like, all right, I think I bought that one, maybe one other one. So this is you know, when you start talking about these characters that they're planning on introducing at some point. And of course, they're, you know, when the first appearance is difficult to find, I'll usually look at the first cameo instead of the first appearance, because the first appearance is going to be the hot thing. But maybe you can go back and find the first cameo, or maybe you can find this the second appearance of that character. So the other thing I like to look for is first solo of a particular character. And this is to check to see who did this cover. But first, so Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat. And this is her first solo. And a very well done drawing of Felicia Hardy, the Black Cat. It says Wild Man and Bearville, Baskerville, Wild Man and Baskerville. Not familiar, but that was pretty cool. I know, man. I mean, just like, so let's pump the brakes on that Spider-Man, you know. We don't have to put, I just can't help but think that it's got to affect the story when you're cranking stuff out like that. So I mentioned earlier that my comic shop will, if I order multiple copies, sometimes I'll get, they'll send me a direct and a newsstand. Yes, yes, sir. It's hard not to dig that one, Rude. That is a hot cover. Very hot. I dig that. So this is an instance where I bought two, and they sent me the direct and a newsstand. So newsstand there again, my 90s kick, man. That was 94. So a newsstand from 94. And I get at a certain point, newsstands were that's really all you had. I mean, at some point there were a lot more newsstands than directs. The problem is, and for me as a kid, because I was not going to buy a book that was all kids go up to those if you bought comics back then, those wire racks, kids would be looking through and they just bend the comics down to see what was behind the ones in front. So all those had spine ticks, and that frustrated the heck out of me. So I was very conscious when I bought my books to make sure they did not have those. So a high grade copy of a newsstand, even though that's mostly what they had, it was a little tougher back then. It was a little tougher to get a high grade copy. So this is a book I like a lot. This is I was doing FOC, and they're coming out with a new Thunderbolts team, and they're going to have a couple of new characters and a couple new characters, and they're using so like Hawkeye's leading the team. And I was looking at the roster. I was like, there's a couple of characters there that intrigued me. So also on that roster is I've got a couple. You'll see me unveil. I don't know if I've opened any of those yet, but the new Power Man, is it Alvarez? I think I opened one in my last video, maybe. I can't remember his first name, but Alvarez, I believe, is his last name, and he's on that team. So I was like, I'll go get his first appearance. Even though we haven't, Power Man's not done, and they're not mad. All of a sudden going with this new Power Man, but he was one, and then Persuasion was another character. So I did a little dive on that and went down a little rabbit hole to see what the deal was with Persuasion. So Alpha Flight number 41, first appearance of the Purple Girl, the daughter of the Purple Man. The Purple Girl later takes up the moniker of Persuasion. So Persuasion is the Purple Girl, her new identity. So this is the first appearance of the Purple Girl. So I was like, that's kind of cool. And I got these for a couple of few bucks. I don't know. And then I slowly start kind of seeing the price go up. And I was like, maybe I was on to something. I don't know. But I just think that's a cool book, especially since they're still using that character, and she's been around. So I like to see, I don't really buy first appearances of people that don't have some kind of longevity or just if I want to see some continuity there. I want to see them used more than once. It's easy just to throw a new character in there. But I want to see some substance, I want to see somebody that's sticking around, that's been on multiple teams. And I think there's probably a couple in this next box. So I know exactly, man. Those dang kids. Well, we were buying comics to read. I like to draw from the book, so I would get. I think so, because I think they did a 4-issue run. They did a 4-issue run of his when he was introduced. And I think he actually fought Luke Cage and interacted with Iron Fist in that run. I only have issue 1, so I'm not sure what happens in the rest, but I know on the covers he's yeah, I think him and Luke Cage are aware of each other. Yeah, well, he'll be if you jump on that the Thunderbolts, he'll be the guy in there. So that'll be interesting to see. I like when they mix it up a little bit. So all right. So we're officially down to 2 stacks. I don't know if you would call those stacks. It's more towers. So let's see. This does keep, like I said, I mean, I've got stuff in the air. I've got FOC for stuff that won't be shipped for another few weeks. I mean, I've got a lot of things out there. So, all right. Still got a little. Oh, all right. Let's see. Tiny bit of Star Wars. And that book I want to. All right, so there's some new stuff. There's some older stuff. We'll knock out this. There's a little bit of Star Wars. Why don't we do the Star Wars? There's an indie book. This one's somewhat familiar. And then there are these. Bear with me, folks. Sorry about that. I just wanted to. They'll put these books in here, and then they kind of mix them up. So if I have multiple copies, it's obviously it's they're everything's mixed up. Thank you, sir. I do appreciate it. Yeah, we appreciate likes, and we appreciate subscribes, and we appreciate clicking that notification bell. That'll be interesting. Yeah, that'll be cool. Yeah, so obviously there'll be a connection there. What is going on, Jimmy G? How are you doing, man? Good to see you. Appreciate you swinging by, buddy. Thank you. The gang's all here, man. I like it. Very cool. Okay, so all right, now the last order was February. This was, like a week later, February 21st. So I was just picking up, I mean, any of this High Republic stuff I was picking up. Issue 2, and this is the A cover. There's, there are a couple of first appearances, a couple of Jedis in first appearances in this book. So, I mean, I don't know what their plan is. I'm not sure exactly what they want to do with, who they'll introduce and what they'll focus on. But, I was just, hey, for less than cover price, I can go ahead and pick up some of these obscure things. Now, this one was kind of cool. This is issue 2 as well, but this is the second print. So we got first print, second print. And those second prints are pretty neat. Issue 8, there again, like one of the I think issue 2 is a first cameo, and this is a first full of one of the Jedi characters here. I think 7 is probably the big book. If you're pulling like A covers on this run, 7's probably the book to get. And then Galactic Bake Off Spectacular. This is it's kind of tongue in cheek. Now this is High Republic Adventures one shot, or yeah, one shot. There are some first appearances in here, and there's also recipes. So, kind of cool. Kind of cool. I looked at one of these. I had a couple of other copies and looked at them, and yeah, there's actually recipes in there. So, all right. So we'll dip back into the 90s nostalgia a bit. Woof woof. What's going on? Lefties Unite. How are you doing, man? I appreciate you swinging by. Thank you. All right, so Tomb Raider Witchblade. So this is actually the first appearance of Tomb Raider in comics. I was surprised, but not only that, it's also a Michael Turner cover. And I still almost doubt that, but I did a little research, and this was her first appearance in comics. So it's like, all right. So Witchblade and Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, and some Michael Turner goodness. So yeah, a little more 90s nostalgia there. All right, again, remember this was February, but I picked up, I don't know, I think this was not much more. It was more than cover price, but not much more than cover price. I like that. I do like that cover, but that's turns out to be the first cameo of Titan. So, sorry about that, folks. Hit my knee on my desk. I've got this gigantic desk I used to use for work, and now I still use it for work, but it's also a catch-all for all these boxes back here. But hey, man, get it out there so people. Hey, Chop. You always do your videos. We see your hands in whatever video you're playing in the background of loop or a movie or whatever. Flip that camera around, brother, and promote yourself. Get it out there, because I mean, voting ends next month, so you need to definitely, cast your lot there. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate it. Yeah, that is kind of neat. I wanted to. It's like I don't know what the plans are. I don't know. There's been a Tomb Raider movie. I don't know how long that's been. They switched, of course, Angelina Jolie did it forever, and then they had another person do it. But yeah, this is first cameo of Titan. I don't know, this cool Wolverine there. Otley cover. Yeah, Ryan Otley cover. That's that old school Wolverine back in the day. Kind of like that though. But I picked up another one of those. I think I got one off the shelf. There was a little stretch where there were some every week there was a banger coming out that was just tough to get a hold of. So yeah, man. See, it's not just spec, Rude. I got appreciation for some of those. Yeah, I like Michael Turner, man. He's cool. I mean, he could he liked drawing the ladies. And I did there was one I found when we went picking up in Charlotte last year, and it was like a swimsuit issue that he illustrated. That was kind of neat. He's a heck of an artist, man, and obviously we lost him way too soon. That was he was a good one. Is that if that's not a category, we need to do a write-in. Yeah, there you go, Chop. How about that? You got an open invite right here. It's happening on Southpaw Brad's channel. Open invite to be on the 411 with the Brian LCS. And hey, state your case in front of the masses. He couldn't talk if you tied his hands behind his back, he wouldn't be able to talk. So this is Spider-Man Deadpool number 8. This is the first of Itsy Bitsy is a character I've mentioned before. Let me see if she's in this or if it's one of those situations where the character, it's an introduction of a character who becomes a person who becomes a character. Let me check. I think this one also said this introduces Spider-Man's black and red suit. So I'm intrigued by that. I want to check it out, and I'm going to show you guys. They aren't lying. It's like a stealth. Black with the red, and got the Black Widow emblem on the hands there. That's interesting. Another angle there. Very interesting. And I know the original Venom symbiote, when it was introduced, they had, instead of Spider-Man wearing the black costume with the white spider, it was originally red. So they did a preview where that was a red spider instead of a white spider. So like, that's I wouldn't hate that. I mean, that's interesting as well. Yeah, I think this is introduction of the person who becomes Itsy Bitsy, and that's her down here. Interesting spider villain. Yeah, it'll be really cool to see when they do the Spider-Verse thing and they start introducing all these spider characters. Wow, it's going to be all right. This is related to this, so I'm going to talk about these together. All right. So this is one I missed. This is first cover of Gaslamp, first print. Interesting. I'm kind of doubling back now. I've got a second print of Strange Academy #1. I'd love to get a first print. I'd love to get 9/8 of a first print. Maybe now that the prices are kind of regulating themselves, I might have an opportunity to get that for a really good price. I'd like to get a first print of that one. I'm taking at least one. I think I had 4 copies of the second print. I'm taking at least one of those to Charlotte to get it signed by Scotty Young. So, that's cool. So, yeah, I want to get some Scotty Young signatures, a couple of his. I don't have a lot of traditional. Well, I'm doing the Twig. I'm going to get a couple of the Twig issues signed. And I'd heard, like, as long as you aren't trying to get them graded there, you could take a little stack. So I think I might take multiples, different issues for him to sign if he will. And if not, now I did pick up A lot of folks were talking about this on Marcus's stream, but this the comic book folio, where you open it up, it's magnetized, so it shuts. Nice hard case, and you open it up, and you can put about, I don't know, 15 or so books in there. And I think, so this is the sleeve that, yeah, this is, I bought 2 of these. And this is the sleeve that slides down in that kind of like a binder, 3-ring binder. I'm going to customize, now that I have the size, I'm going to design and print out a custom Southpaw Brad sleeve to go in my folio so I can promote my channel while I'm also at the Comic-Con. So yeah, I'm stoked about that. I'll have to do that tomorrow. Wednesday will be packing day, and then Thursday will be, I'm going to try to coast with the work stuff and try to get out of here in time to be up in Charlotte for check-in. So I thought that would be cool. I can walk around with my Southpaw Brad comic book folios. All right, so I mentioned the Bullseye book. Yeah, it'll be, Saturday is going to be a free-for-all, man. So get there early, and I would imagine his table is going to be pretty full. I don't know why. I'm going to see what I can get on Friday, and then when I don't get Friday, and probably, like Digger Jim mentioned this, there'll probably be some books there will probably be some books I take that I'm not able to get signed. I want to get the ones that I definitely want to get. I've got a stack. I lost power last week, or earlier. Yeah, it was last week. I was supposed to do a stream with Marcus to go over what I was taking with me. One thing I did notice is all of those guys have a lot more books than I'm planning on taking. So I was looking at the artists, and like Latour will be there. I thought the Spider-Gwen #1 would be an awesome one to get signed. Let's see. That is Chasm, the Bagley cover for the first appearance of Chasm. There's some space there that would be a great spot for signing. So do that one. This is a Bagley also. This is a book, an important book. Cataclysm, The Ultimate's Last Stand, #3. First time that Miles Morales comes to the 616. So I'm like, yeah, I'll get, I've got several of those. I'm going to get Mark Bagley to sign one of those for me. I thought that would be kind of cool. This is Jonathan Hickman has some really cool covers, man. Or, well, books that he's written. There have been some cool covers for books he's written. That's a great one that deals with Submariner battling Black Panther and their war against Wakanda. That's a dope cover, though, man. I love that cover. Another Hickman book that just came out. How about getting that signed in like silver or red or something? That would be sick. That would really be cool. So that's one I'm taking. Even though it's a new book, it's great for signing. And a lot of this Hickman run with, like, these Doom covers, the Ross covers, really nice. This would probably have to be done in silver. It's a little busy, but it's dark enough that maybe a silver would stand out. And yeah, this was for Bob Hall. Digger Jim had pointed this one out, and so did Marcus. I think they're both getting this one done as well. That's a great book. Louise Simonson. This is like volume 2 of Power Pack, but that's a couple spots where you could put a nice autograph on that one. Of course, there's the second print, Scotty Young. And then the twig, that's his twig cover. And then the Strom cover. I'll get both of those signed. Another guy I like, he's from Columbia. He's here, but I want to go introduce himself, introduce myself and say hi, talk to him a little bit. That's cool though, man. I like that. Yeah, it would be cool to do one of these that use that idea and get like our I like that idea a lot, man. Stickers from our community, and that would be really neat. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm not. I mean, I've got enough where I could split them up and put the ones I want to get signed in the folio, and maybe bring the other one for stuff that I buy or whatever. I don't know. I'm as much as I try to come up with a plan, I really don't know what to expect. So that's cool though, man. I like that idea. I really like that. Yeah, man, I think that's a good one. Thanks, man. Well, you are the expert, my friend. You've got so many signed books. I love when you share your signed books. That's awesome. It's all good, man. Great year for the Impala. So Sanford Green lives here in Columbia. I kind of derailed myself slightly, but I wanted to share these. Sanford Green lives here, and I was like, I'll go introduce myself. I mean, maybe an opportunity to see if maybe they want to meet up for coffee or something, or at the very least, hey, you want to log in to my come on and let me talk to you. Sanford Green and Chuck Brown, who did Bitter Root, are both live in Columbia, South Carolina, and they will both be in Charlotte. So I've gotten Chuck Brown to sign Aquaman. He did Aquaman, and the cover Bs of, if you recall, the Black Manta series. Chuck Brown wrote the Black Manta series, and on the cover B, Sanford Green did the cover art for the cover Bs. So I was like, I just didn't have time to order those and get them in time to like have them double signed. I thought that would be kind of cool. I'd still like to do that, but I thought I'd go introduce myself. I mean, when the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie came out, I took my oldest nephew and one of his buddies, and sitting at a table in the lobby, they had a couple of comic book creators. They had Greg Adams. He did some X-Men Adventures and stuff like that. Local guy. And then Sanford Green had a table. So I've still got it's like a photocopy or a print of something he drew, and he signed it while we were there. So I thought, hey, man, it might be kind of cool to take that and say, hey, I don't know if you remember doing this, and kind of break the ice a little bit and talk to him. So, yeah, I've put some probably insane amount of thought into my introduction to Sanford Green, but I'm going to take a book for him to sign. And Mrs. LCS, how are you doing? Hey, turn the volume up. And hey, Mrs. LCS, I hope you're doing well. Look forward to next time y'all come down to famously hot South Carolina, and we'll definitely hang out again. We'll have to, we'll make it a little group effort, man. We'll go to maybe some of the local breweries, the brewing companies, the craft brew places around town. We'll go hit up a couple of those or something. Y'all can do a little more exploring. Of course, you got the lake. I mean, there's not a lot more exploring you need to do other than hopping on a boat and going out on the lake here in Lexington, South Carolina. So, yeah, good to definitely tell Mrs. LCS I said hello and look forward to seeing y'all again next time you come down. So, Sanford Green did Astonishing X-Men. This was the volume 4. This is issue 3, the E cover. So this was a 1 in 25 that I got for like less than $4. And it's a Sanford Green cover. And I'm like, that would be a really cool one to get him to sign at the show. So I'm going to do that. And kind of neat cover. I like his style though, man. It's pretty distinguishable. Like you can, he definitely has a style, but he's a great artist, man. I follow him on Instagram, and he really does a lot of a lot of good work. And he said he mentioned he mentioned Heroes Con and said that he's working on some drawings and commissions and stuff. So it'll be neat, man. He's a heck of an artist. So stay tuned. Hopefully I can get him to subscribe to my YouTube channel and come on and I'll interview him sometime. Look, Mrs. LCS is getting all kind of shout outs now, man. That's awesome. The last book I want to take to get signed, I picked this up. It was like half price, so it went from $90 to like $45. But this is Marvel graphic novel. This is this is number 4, first print, New Mutants, Marvel graphic novel, first appearance of the New Mutants, with the exception of her first appearance. I forget her name now, but her first appearance is in a Fantastic Four book. But the other folks, this is theirs. And the plan is to get this double signed by these fellows, Chris Claremont and Bob McLeod, who will both be in attendance. But I mean, what a great book to have signed, man. And I'll have to be careful with this. Now, Chop, I'll probably have to design a box to put this one in to keep it protected while I carry it around, because it's a square bound. It's got a little color rub. I mean, this will be for my collection. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it graded to just preserve it, but there's a little color rub here. And these things, I mean, this book came out in 82, man. Karma. There you go. Man, look at you. Wealth of knowledge. Karma. Her first appearance was in like a Fantastic Four book. So good job, Digger Jim. She needs to, man. She needs to. She's got a good personality for it. She'd be great. Well, at least, they should feel, dude, look at you, man, throwing out that knowledge, brother. I like it. Digger Jim, I officially need you in every one of my chats from here on out, just for this specific reason. Thank you for dropping that knowledge, man. No lull with me having to look it up. So yeah, that's awesome. But I've always liked this team, man, and what a big deal they are. I mean, hey, let's create a totally New Mutants team. And these are folks that are still around, man. Just love it. I love this book, man. It's one I've always wanted. And when it was half price, there's one that's a little better. I debated as to whether or not I should get this one with the slight color rub there signed. You can see it there. I mean, these black covers, man. I mean, it was going to be impossible. I mean, other than that, yeah, there's a couple little color rub spots there. But other than that, man, I mean, somebody took care of this book back in 82 when it came out. So that's what I'm planning on getting signed while we're there. So back to the character, first appearance of, what did I say, Joy Jones. I'm very surprised I remember that. First appearance of Joy Jones in the Bullseye book. First appearance of Vendetta is in Old Man Logan 47. So Joy Jones becomes Vendetta in this book. So kind of want to have, Vendetta's a cool character though. She's, Bullseye and ties to Daredevil, and I'm always wondering, like, hey man, it would be kind of cool. I don't know that I need to, now that I have this book, I need to kind of thumb through and see. I think she's more of an I want to say she was maybe a former police officer or something. Not exactly sure, but maybe a former police officer. She became more of like a vigilante character, Vendetta. I like those types of characters, like Hitman and Paladin. I do that every time. The Paladin, who was also associated with Daredevil, first appearance in Daredevil. I like Paladin a lot too, but I like those mercenary type characters. Big fan of that. So this was a neat book. Now this is, as it turns out, this is a newsstand also. Could use a little press, but in pretty good shape. It's like Captain America 272. And you could probably, there's some clues there, but this is the first appearance of Vermin. First appearance in, now Vermin, I was first introduced to Vermin as a youth. Yeah, Punisher too. Yeah, Punisher for sure. Absolutely. And with all those shows coming back, man, it would be neat to throw you like, hey, let's introduce a new character. Yeah, but definitely Punisher too, man. That's a great one. I was introduced to Vermin in the Kraven's Last Hunt. Vermin was involved in that storyline. So I was like, man, it'd be kind of cool to bring old Vermin back. I don't know if Vermin would have a lot of longevity, but it would be in that, he wasn't the primary character in that either, but with Kraven coming out, I don't know. Maybe they'll try to bring Vermin out there, but I just thought that was kind of cool. A little bit older book. This was, I don't know. This would have been maybe early 80s. It's a Zek and Beatty cover. Beatty. I think, is Beatty going to be at this thing? Beatty. John Beatty. Yeah, he did. He did some collaborate. I did a little research on him. He did some collaborations with Mike Zeck. I don't know, man. Maybe that would be a cool one to a cool cover to get Mike Beatty to sign. Beatty. 2 T's. I don't know if that's Beatty or Beatty, but anyway, I was going to slaughter many of those names had I been on Circumstances channel, but that might be a kind of cool one to get him to sign as well. First Vermin. That's one I'll probably pick up a couple copies, but glad to have a newsstand too, obviously. Neat character. Okay, so if you know how I am. If one copy's good, then I picked up a couple more in this batch too. Purple Girl, who goes on to be take on the moniker of Persuasion, and Persuasion is in the latest iteration of the Thunderbolts. Now, they have introduced a lot of people with ties to the Thunderbolts so far. Baron Zemo, obviously. Taskmaster. Oh, that's interesting. What book was that in? I'm curious. Flash, what book was that in? And I'm like the people who are so I was just thinking like, what am I going to call people when I see them? I'm going to call you Flash. You know that, right? Like you're just going to be Flash. I'm going to call everybody by their screen names. Awesome, dude. Glad to help, man. Fantastic. Enjoy your evening, Rude. I appreciate you swinging by, buddy. Interesting. I haven't picked up mine are still sitting in sitting at my LCS. I'm pulling that one because I'm pulling the Moon Knight. Interesting that I did not know that. Thanks for the heads up. Vermin's a cool character, man. You know, he's been around for a while, so why not? But yeah, Thunderbolts have they've introduced a lot of them. Baron Zemo, Taskmaster, Winter Soldier led. I've got a couple first, like the there's a volume 2 or 3 of Thunderbolts where Winter Soldier is the leader of the team. I was like, we've seen him. That could happen. Could be U.S. Agent. I think they're going to incorporate him. He more kind of like was tracking the Thunderbolts instead of like on the team, but I think he's going to be involved in some manner. But if you look back to, it was in one of the first couple of episodes of Falcon and Winter Soldier. Bucky goes into the elderly man that was good friends of his was in there, and he's talking to the bartender. The bartender, I looked up her name because I started doing that when I watched these shows. And I tell you, if you want to like dig deep, start looking up their names to see, all right, what character is this? Because I don't always remember that stuff. The bartender in the bar that he went into is Jolt. Jolt was in the Thunderbolts. So I'm like, I don't know how they're going to tie this together, if this was just like an Easter egg homage to that team, or if they really want to use Jolt. But that bartender was Jolt. So Jolt was used. I've got probably 8 copies of Thunderbolts where Elena Belova joins the Thunderbolts, because I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. So that's definitely a good book to pick up. What is that? Look it up for you. I'm gonna drop this info. Some I saw some people started to talk about that on a much bigger show, and I was like, well, I was glad to be out in front of that one because I do think that's an important book. I'm gonna look that one up for you guys real quick. Okay, Thunderbolts number 128, first team appearance of the new Thunderbolts roster. Belova joins, and Ghost is another one. Ghost joins this team. So that's so Thunderbolts number 128. Got the Goblin. And that's is that a Mattina cover? Who did that? Yeah, Francesco Mattina. Okay. So there's been a lot of them, and I don't know, we'll see, man. There's I think it's kind of fun to speculate on that stuff. You know, who's going to be the next one. This is a book I really like a lot, and I've been picking them up. They're kind of getting harder to come by, and people are starting to get wise to it. But Uncanny X-Men 184, first appearance of Forge. I've got a few of those. I don't know how many I got, 4 or 5 maybe, but I'm like, I just need to keep stacking it because Forge is a guy that we need to see him, man. It's time to, I think he would be a great character to, for leadership purposes and whatnot. I think he'd be a great character. So you heard us, Disney. Let's get some Forge action going. But he would be one of my, I'm still going to do my top 10 mutant characters, the lesser knowns that I think would be great additions to the MCU, and Forge would have to be on that list. That's just it's a great book, and I'm a fan of, not a huge fan, but I like him as a character. I think that would be a really cool character. Hey, Sheena, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you jumping in and saying hi. I yeah, I hope you have a good evening, and I'm sure I will see you around in the chat elsewhere. So you take care, and thank you for saying hi. I appreciate it. It's always good to have you and Inja jump in and uh and check us out. So we appreciate it. I know, man. I wonder if that I don't know what that did. I wonder if that derailed things. I actually watched the Ed Norton Hulk movie recently, and Gamecock 2001. What's going on, man? I appreciate you swinging by. Thanks for stopping by and checking it out. That's yeah, I didn't mention to you last time. You said you were in the Low Country, I believe. I'm in the Midlands. Yeah. So I'm right smack dab in the middle of our great state. So I appreciate you coming by, man. It's all good. Thanks for tuning in. And if you can always circle back around and watch it on the replay. This is that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do. Awesome. Yeah, so if you see anybody you're not subscribed to, man, check them out. From heroes to icons, what is going on? I appreciate you stopping by, man. There's we got there's a lot of content creators in our list here. So if you're not subscribed to somebody, check them out. I can vouch for all these content creators, man. I watch everybody in the chat. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the support, and I'm gonna throw it right back out at you. So thank you so much for stopping by. This book was kind of interesting, and it's related to the next book. And these are the last two books I have to show you before we sign off. But let's see, this is the second series, 2003. All right, so I bought a few of these. I thought this would actually be a cool John Romita Jr. cover. Be cool to get him to sign. Maybe I'll take one just in case, and maybe what if he signed in red right up through here or something? Maybe that would be cool. I like that version. The more artists I see, man, I'm kind of not. I used to think I was a John Romita Jr. fan, and I'm kind of not as much anymore. It'll depend on how much it costs to get him to sign it. I don't have to have a John Romita Jr. signature, but I do like this cover. It's some of his better work. But it's tough out there now, man. There's some really, really good artists. You better bring your A game. There's some good ones out there. So definitely some good ones out there. That's awesome. Yeah. So this is the first appearance of Gorgon. He was an adversary, like associated with the Hand, and which I did a deep dive on some of the Daredevil, like I was saying, the adversaries and villains and anti-heroes and that kind of stuff. And Gorgon was one that popped up and really associated with the Hand, and I think maybe like oversee a sect of the Hand that he ran. But it was he's a really cool, like very talented martial arts and weapons master, and squared off against Wolverine. Of course, he has where you can tell there in the bottom the samurai swords and stuff, but he has ties to Madripoor, and they cross paths there a bit. So not only is Gorgon, so that was the first appearance of Gorgon, and this is, let's see, where are we? All right, it's this version of Secret Warriors. So this is Secret Warriors, that Dark Reign run, issue 2. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one just to see. I need to go back and look I think John Romita Jr. is easily the most expensive signature if you want to get his. I know, man. That's exactly what I was thinking too. So I am definitely going, and I think it'll be a lot of fun. You know, it's one. I don't know how far you are from Charlotte. I'm about depending on traffic, hour to an hour and a half from Charlotte. So yeah, I'm looking forward to checking that out. And you know, it's one I could have. I don't know. It's be tough to go out for a day. What's going on, Damien? How are you doing, buddy? I appreciate you swinging by. Always got a good chat, man. That's why I love doing these live things. So, Secret Warriors #1, man. This new phone, this thing wants to sleep like way too quick for me. But Secret Warriors #2, and who did this? Was this? I don't know who did this cover. Chung, maybe, or I don't know. Secret Warriors #2. There's several really good key issues in here. Issue 4's first appearance of Manifold, and he was an X character. One that I like too. Teleportation portal is his thing. But in this issue too, and I wanted to pull this up so I could get it right. But High Council of Hydra, first appearance of the High Council of Hydra. Baron Strucker, Madam Hydra, Viper, Gorgon, Kraken, which is first appearance of Kraken, and the Hive, first appearance of the Hive. This is also the first appearance of, and let me see if I can rattle this off without messing it up. First appearance of Contessa Valentina Allegra de la Fontaine as Madam Hydra. So she takes on the moniker of Madam Hydra in this book. So I was like, that's kind of cool. There's some, I could see all that working out, I could see all that happening. So interesting. I never even noticed Secret Warriors, but it says in between Nick Fury, Agent of Nothing. So I guess this is after SHIELD went bad and they kind of disbanded or left or whatever. So, guys, we are officially at the end. We got through 2 boxes. So just so if you're counting at home, this is what we just sorted through, what we just went through. These books, 2 boxes. There's some neat little books in here, and just got to find a place to put all this stuff. I've been working diligently to organize some things, so hopefully I can, this is all stuff there's some good books there, man. I like some good covers, some good characters, so I'll continue to organize, and I think what I'm going to do is kind of store the alphabetized books and maybe keep a lot of these on over my shoulder here are spec books that I've just sorted. So, yeah, and volume 2 that's the one with Daisy Johnson. Quake is the leader of that team, I think, Neil. I got a couple of issue 1s of that run as well, if we're talking about the same one, because I think Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur are in that Secret Warriors team. Very interesting team. But yeah, we made it, guys. I appreciate you seeing me through. Hey, I can do it again. It's Julie Louis-Dreyfus, Elaine from Cheers. I mean, not Cheers. Elaine from Seinfeld. Her character she's been Black Panther, Falcon Winter Soldier. She's been around, and she's like forming. It's the undercurrents. So she's forming this team to carry out a mission, and some are kind of thinking, maybe it's a Thunderbolts type team that she's trying to put together. Maybe she's the one that's going to lead the Thunderbolts. She may be answering to someone greater. But Thunderbolts will be kind of like Marvel's version of Suicide Squad, and she could be that I know. I keep waiting on her to dance. They always used to joke. They always used to make fun of how she danced. So I keep waiting on Contessa Valentina Allegra de la Fontaine to do the Elaine dance. So yeah, it's a done deal. It's just a matter of who's on it. So you could hedge your bets and start picking up some first appearances of some different folks if you can track them down, and or the Thunderbolts books where those people became, where they joined would be a really cool thing to collect too. So guys, I'm going to shut it down. I appreciate you hanging out with me an hour and 26 minutes. Thank you so much for stopping by. That's good stuff, man. That's clip worthy stuff there. That's great. That would be, yeah. We'll have to figure out who he could play. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you swinging by and sticking around, buddy. I do appreciate you. Of course, tell Mrs. LCS tell her we all said hello, and we patiently await her debut on Brian LCS channel. And I'll see you on Saturday, brother. Looking forward to it. You'll have to hit us up on our Instagram. Let us know, where you're going to be and what we're going to do, and we'll find you. I think Saturday I'll be easy to spot, so I'm not cosplaying or anything, but I'll have some of my channel swag on or something. So thank you so much, Diamond Princess, for coming by. I appreciate you checking us out. Digger Jim, I will see you on Friday, buddy. Looking forward to it. Can't get here soon enough. I don't like to, the older I get, the less I like to rush my days by, but I am anxiously awaiting a time where we can, anxiously awaiting our arrival in Charlotte. So I'm going to get things warmed up for you on Thursday, but I will see you guys Friday. Y'all take care and have a good evening. Until next time, make sure you check out, definitely check out Instagram. I'm sure we'll be posting some content from the convention. I'll do some photos and stuff and share that stuff with you guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.